somebody my
Still
age,
watch
which
it.
no, I still watch it too, but most of the women are around my age group. There's very few like millennials on there. You have Crystal, you have Nicole in Miami, but for the most part, everybody is, 50s plus. And it's sad to see that, it's sad. There's got to be more because, AARP card is in the mail and you've got to be more than that because it could end at any minute.
I agree. Now, you did mention Miami, you said when I said the thirst or whatever you said these girls, spent, when I asked you like how you've gotten, they spent years. Like, is that what you think happened? Like, did these cast members that you worked with in the past, did they get a call for season 4 or were they really for 10 years trying to manifest this into it?
Oh, they were trying to manifest this. Honestly, it's the secret personified. They not only did they try to manifest it, they stayed in touch with the producers. Marysol sent the producers gifts. She went to, she's very, she kisses ass like nobody I've ever seen. Like some girl from Family Karma was writing the other day how like Marysol called her one day and told her she was obsessed with her and just wanted to be best friends with her. And she does that with everyone. I went with her once to Patty Stanger's party and she wanted to drive to the OC just because she had met, Vicky and Brooks the night before. She wanted to drive all the way to the fucking OC and we weren't invited. And, Vicky had given me her cell number because she kind of felt we had something in common. I don't know if that's a compliment. And she's like, give me her cell number. I'm like, fuck no. She's just... she really loves that shit. That's
restraining order status. Yeah.
More than anybody else.
Miami is like epitome of like the thirsty franchise because of the fact that like it went away for so long and then it did come back and that's great. And people do love it. I love Miami. I think it's fun. I was born and raised there. It's fun to see and it's fun, whatever. But like, just, I think with the connection with my mom and like her being on it and then the same women there. And also like, unfortunately, a lot of those women did my mom dirty and I fucking hate them because of it. So yeah, it's like, it's embarrassing. It's like really embarrassing that it took them like just really working at it to get back on the air. And it's like, not even the most,
not
watched
even on
series. Like Bravo. No one cares about it that much.
Yeah.
And you said, and I want your opinion too, but you think, is this what you just said? You think that Marysol's the thirstiest of them all?
Marysol can suck a dick. Like there is no one I hate more on this earth than Marysol Patton. And it's for personal reasons that it's my sister's story.
To me.
Yeah. It's unrelated to my mom, but related to my sister that she said one of the worst things I've ever heard anyone say in the world. She's demonic. Like she should go to hell, truly.
Yeah, she's not a good person.
She's a bad person, like a very, very bad person. We call her the rotting corpse, not only because she literally looks like a rotting corpse, but because she's truly to her core rotting.
The kind of stuff, and obviously I am not going to repeat it, David, because we both know, that she's the first one to file some kind of, slander or whatever thing. But the truth is that well, no.
We'll prove what she said.
Yes, like I don't care, but at the same time, there is stuff that I have heard that is just, people would be so shocked, about even with her mom and stuff and the way that she treated her mom at the end. Like, I don't know if this is true, but I've heard things and it's like, it would not surprise me because it's consistent with her character and consistent with her priorities in life. And so I don't know for sure. Let's just make that clear. But allegedly, but I do think that at the core, she is not a good person.
Yeah, this is not a Marysol fan club over here.
No, it isn't. And her whole like getting married, but not really getting married. That poor guy. There are people who say he's gay. I don't know if he's gay. I know he was married to a beautiful woman, which doesn't, usually you have a type. So definitely he doesn't. And I don't know. I don't know what the story is. Like, I don't know if that's, it's definitely not a real marriage.
When did she marry him? I can't even remember. Was that wasn't
during COVID? During COVID. And
so it was before last season, though. Like they were already
Oh,
married
yeah.
in last season.
Well, they were already talking about housewives, and she didn't have Elsa anymore. She needed a storyline. So she found this guy, and everyone has said, and it has been discussed on the show, that Alexia told
Nicole.
call it Nicole that she had gotten married for the show and to have a storyline.
That was a storyline.
That was a storyline, and I
season- in
know
this
that
season.
that's true because Alexia said that to me.
Hmm.
Okay, that part, sue me, bring it on. She said it to me, and it was clear, and it wasn't enough to make her a housewife. Because guess what, Marysol, you're not enough.
Oh.
Okay, there's so if Alexia is saying to you, you know, hey, like Marysol got married just for a storyline, that's not, you know, I mean, I don't think Marysol knows this. I mean, isn't this supposed to be her?
She does
best
know it. It
friend?
was
No, she
discussed.
does.
It was
on
she told
this,
Nicole too.
it was on last season where
But
they
she
and
really-
Alexia denied it, and Marysol chose to believe it because Marysol's so desperate that she doesn't care if she has a fake friendship because at least she's on Real Housewives of
Oh, I
Miami.
know, yeah.
Right.
Her tongue is so far up.
It's
Alexia's
really
ass.
what
We don't know
it's-
where one
that's
starts
what's
and the other
happening.
one ends.
And again, it's also very clear that that's happening. I have friends who watch Miami Housewives who obviously don't know these women, and they feel the same way. They're like, "Oh yeah, that poor girl."
I mean, it's so, I don't know if you watched the BravoCon thing, but I watched afterwards this thing called the reading room where they put the people that they thought were shady on it. And, you know, I guess Marysol ended up there, which by the way, shade is stuff you come up with at the moment. Marysol has talked to me in the past about, oh, if we get another season, we have to get a writer. It's like, who needs a writer? I don't need a writer. Apparently you do. She clearly has that. And every once in a while, she comes up with something funny herself, but just like a comedian, a bad comedian, her timing is off. And so when they were on that thing, the girl from Dubai, the one that's a model, they asked her who the worst dressed housewife was. And she said Phaedra, which by the way, that's a
Not
huge
true.
mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Phaedra just, you know, Phaedra just has to give you a look. You know, Phaedra's an
Yeah.
iconic housewife. And Marysol's in the back going, at least she's not wearing a prom dress. At least she's not wearing a prom dress. And like, it just went over like a lead balloon. Like nobody listened to it. She said it twice. Phaedra didn't acknowledge it. Andy didn't acknowledge it. The other person who she was trying to consult didn't acknowledge it. It was so cringeworthy. And, you know, stuff like that happens. She has the thing and she'll go, and like nobody asked her a question,
gosh.
by the way, at no point. So
Okay, we're
she's
spending
just-
too much time on the corpse.
Okay.
Yes, and we are
it's
gonna.
dead.
We
The
are
glue.
gonna.
She's glue.
I did see that with the Phaedra, right? I'm like, girl, like I saw that Phaedra says one
Horrible.
thing, and it's like you think you're winning, and then Phaedra has to come back. But one
Yeah.
thing before we move on from Marisol. So wait, with writers between season 2 and 3 back, she told you what she was going to have someone write her lines
Oh yeah,
for her.
And I know people that have written stuff for her. For example, the famous line of, which is not famous. It should have been, but more famous. But when she was fighting with Leah in the Bahamas, that she said, "Your gala doesn't
Legitimizes-
legitimize my business. My